Hey everyone, in this week's recap of my Forex trades, we're going to learn three things. Number one, how not to get fooled in the open of the market. Number two, how to stay in a scalp trade and not get scared. And number three, how to trust your strategy even when the trade is going against you. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm DD. And we're gonna go over last week's trades. And interestingly enough, I only made 3 trades. What you learn from this is that you don't need to trade that much. You know, when I first started, I was trading a lot and I thought the more I trade, the more I make, and I see that's what people think. It's not true. Wait for the best setups, and that's where you're going to make your money. 3 trades, more than $11,000 this week. Okay, so I really don't wanna make this too long of a video. So if we're going through the trades and you're not fully understanding what I'm talking about, then check out my course. It's free for all my subscribers right now, helpwithtrading.com. And in that course, I'm gonna hold your hand and teach you step by step everything you need to know how to trade like this. This is gonna be more of a roundabout, less detailed review because I wanna keep it short. But if you check out that course, it's good value and you'll be able to understand it from A to Z, okay? And if you guys like these types of videos, then please show your support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel with a notification bell, because you're gonna see week after week I'm gonna post these types of videos and you're not gonna wanna miss them, so hit that bell. And finally, I'm gonna show you later on in the video exactly how to do this, but if you could share your trades on the comments of my channel with an IMGBB screenshot, and we'll all be able to see the trade. I'll review the trade, I'll tell you what I think is going on, and we could all share together as a community. I think it'd be really awesome if we could get that dialogue going here on the channel. Okay, so let's get to the charts. So we're gonna start on Monday with an Aussie Swiss franc trade, and we'll start on the 4 hours because this is how I like to look at the charts, okay? And I like to trade off these 4-hour and daily resistance and support lines. So you see over here the 4-hour resistance point, right? You have that one, and then it broke through over here, but it then tested it again, and there was a nice strong rejection, and then that third time. Okay, so now let's go down to the 1 hour and see what I was looking at. Okay, so right away you're noticing that I made this trend line, right? Starting from the top, right on this 4-hour resistance point. And over here, it was just a wick that broke through, so it was definitely not a breakthrough. And you see that it pushed off against that trend line, and here a third time pushing off the trend line. And finally, the last week, another push off and a strong push off. Now, it goes down to this support line, which has definitely shown support before, and it actually broke through over there. But it broke through and it actually made kind of like a little small W over here, like a double bottom over here. Now, I'm noticing on this pair that it likes to make these W's in support. So we had that back in December, like a big W like that, and that went up back to the trend, and here it goes down again and again, making this small little double bottom, which is part of what I'm seeing as like a bigger double bottom. So now, once it pulled back, and I look at this as like a false break because it did break past the support, but it made that double bottom. It didn't go much past that support. It comes back up to the support again, gets pushed back down, and now is going back up. So I'm now gonna go look for longs because I know that there was this bearish move, but now that we have the small little double bottom and the more bigger double bottom over here, like I pointed out, so now the market seems to be going up. And this is on Monday. And it goes up, and in the first pullback, that's where I got in. I saw it go up and pulled back over here, and I set my limit order till right around this point over here. And once it touched it, my order filled, and I went for it was even more than the 2-to-1 ratio. It was actually till the top of the trend line, pretty much. I wanted to go a little bit past it. This is like a supply zone, so I want to go a little bit below that supply zone. And, it did get that 2.86, which was more than it was $5,010, which was a great trade. Now, what I want to show you in this trade is that, look what happened over here. It pulled back, that's where I got in, and it started to go really nice, going up, a little pullback, but went so close to the target, and then had that bearish candle over here and then went really, really far back. This is 33 pips is the whole profit target. So it went all the way back and pulled really near break even. Now, if you would put your stop loss by break even over there or move it to some like higher support just because you want to not lose money, then this trade would be a bum trade and it wouldn't make you anything. But because I trust my strategy and because I've made these trades so many times, I don't care if this trade loses. I don't care. And therefore it did pull back and I was, lost all this profit. I was nearly at that $5,000 and I was probably, I think, around like $800 over here when it pulled back. But it's not about this trade. And therefore I just stuck it out and I was assuming that it was going to go back to the trend line because it had that double bottom. And that's exactly what it did. And a few candles later, it did go. And that's what I want to teach you over here. Trust the strategy. Don't worry about this one trade. Okay, to the next trade. Okay, this was a trade in GJ the next day. GJ is the pound yen. And again, you're noticing how I made this trend line. These trend lines are very powerful. And it was testing this trend line and really pushed back down to support. And then the third time that it went up to the trend line, it did break through. But look how it broke through and just kind of like consolidated around the trend line. And when was that? That was overnight. Okay, we're talking like at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, all the way through the night. It did have this push up at 4 in the morning, but throughout the night, it was kind of consolidating right above the trend line. And I'm not trading there because there's not a lot of volume. Then, as we get into the open of the market on this candle right here, this is 8 in the morning, this is the market open, there was a big push down. Now, a lot of times when the market opens, there's a big fake out. The market was clearly going up. It had higher highs and higher lows, broke through this trend line, had this big push up at 4 in the morning, and then comes 8 in the morning and the market tries to fake you out and say, oh, we're going back down. We're not continuing to go up. A lot of times I would tell traders, just stay out in the beginning of the market because in that first half hour or 15 minutes sometimes, or 45 minutes, or even the first hour, there's a lot of big players just getting in, making moves and trying to liquidate stops. So it pushes it out, but it's really just trying to get more momentum to go back up. So once it pulled back to this point, that's where I got in. And this was like, you have to keep in mind the trend line, but also the horizontal line price. So over here at this price, you see there's definitely a support over here and over here and over here. All these places were that exact support. So I put my limit buy over there. And once it just touched it, it filled. And immediately at about 12 o'clock my time, there was just like that big bullish candle that took it off. And that was a great trade right away. And GJ really moves. So, once it starts to get a little bit of momentum, that's when you're going to hit your target. And this one was a $3,500 win, as you could see over here. And finally, in the third trade of the week, the third and final trade of the week, just 3 trades. So this is in CJ, the Canadian dollar versus the yen. I also really like this pair. I make a lot of my trades in this pair, and we're gonna go to the 15 minutes. And you're gonna see over here that I drew the channels. And that's something that you could see in my video on day trading Ethereum. I get a lot into the channels, and the channels really work in these 15-minute charts. So you're seeing the channel. The channel is like an ascending range. The market was going down, and then as it's consolidating, it kind of consolidates on the way up. So you have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, and then over here on the bottom, you're seeing the touches. And once it got towards the top, it touched over here, and I wanted to just have enough to go for my 2-to-1 ratio, and I'm gonna assume that it's gonna go back down because it hit the top. So I got in. Now, this was a 4.6 pip stop loss. That's a scalp. Now, look how many candles it took over here to finally hit the target. That's 13 candles, or like 3 hours and 15 minutes, that it was just sitting there going up and down, up and down. And this is a 4.6 pip stop loss. That really is a lot of up and downs, and that could give you a lot of tension. I'll tell you what I did when I opened this trade. I saw that it didn't take off right away as I thought it would. I just closed the screen and walked away. And I seriously did not watch this trade for the rest of the time, because just like to be up and then down and up and then down, like in such a small trade with a 4.6 pip stop loss, it's just too much, you know, for me to handle. That's why I don't scalp that much. And I imagine like the scalping, it gives a lot of tension. So I trust the strategy. I trust the channel. I believe that it's going to go down like I proposed. And if it doesn't, it's just one trade. So I just shut the trade, and I might have looked maybe once or twice, you know, just to see if it's over or not, and it wasn't, and just like quickly close, you know, my phone again. And eventually it did push through, because the market repeats itself. You see the market went down, it consolidates with this channel, and then went down again. And that's what I was expecting. So guys, I hope you liked this analysis. I have a lot more coming your way, and definitely check out the course. It's free to all my subscribers, helpwithtrading.com, and we could get much more detail going through these trades. You know, only 3 trades making $11,000 sounds good to me, right? So the last thing I just want to go over is I really love if you guys would also share your trades on the channel, and I'd love to get back to you and we could all comment together and make a little discussion going on this channel. So what I recommend is that you know, take a screenshot of your trade, which is like pretty easy. You just hit this camera button. Let's do it right now. Save chart image. And then you go to IMGBB, get a free account, you know, hit upload, kind of just drag it in like this and upload it. It doesn't take long at all. And then you just copy the link, and then you could go into the video and go to the comments, you know, put it here and be like, DD, what do you think? Comment. And then, you know, I'm gonna take a look at it, and we could all just like give our opinions and really understand and grow together as traders. And that's really what I want for this channel. I want to build a community of good traders, and it's not too hard. It's about trading well, having a system, having the mindset, and having the risk management. It's not too hard. So helpwithtrading.com, share your trades on the channel, you know, give a like if this means a lot to you, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time. DD out.